everyone, how's it going? So funny story about this battle. It was like 3:30 in the morning. I just logged into the Festival Plaza to get my festival points from that global mission a long time ago, and wouldn't you know, I get challenged to a battle. So I never get challenged to battles, and I really want to upload a battle from Sun and Moon, so I accepted, and luckily it was a great battle, and it gets me an opportunity to show off my normal team. Like every trainer, I have a team I use more often than not, and here it is. You've seen some of these sets, but not all of them, and let's get right to this battle. Okay, so I have an Imposter Ditto with a Choice Scarf as my lead. I lock myself into Stealth Rocks. Basically, the reason I lead with this Ditto is because I do have an underpowered team against most people, considering how low tier most of my Pokemon are and how gimmicky some of the sets are. So being able to transform into the first Pokemon lets me know sort of what I have to prepare for. And I see this Gliscor has Stealth Rocks, which is what I use, Earthquake, Roost, and U-Turn. So I know that Drifblim's a really safe swap-in. The worst it can do to me is U-Turn, which is what I expected it would go for. It does go for U-Turn, which does way less to me than the Stealth Rocks damage did. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you may have seen this Drifblim set before. It is the Unburdened Destiny Bond set, and I'm hoping to use that against Meloetta. But I was worried Meloetta might outspeed me, so I actually go for Hypnosis. It goes for Thunder and misses. And thankfully Hypnosis hits, which is actually less likely to hit than Thunder, but that was a really lucky point in the battle. Probably the turning point in the battle, actually, because I do something pretty interesting here that really makes the battle go in my favor. So I swap out into Ditto for no other reason than to scout out exactly what this Meloetta is, because Meloetta is a weird Pokemon. It can have Relic Song, and it can become a physical attacker, so I needed to know what I was going to deal with. Although Thunder might have given it away, but I wasn't sure yet what kind of battler I was dealing with. Maybe it was a mixed set. Anyway, it ends up being a special attacker. They withdraw Meloetta, and I lock myself into Hyper Voice because I felt it would be the best move no matter what came in. The Gliscor comes in, and Gliscor is not known for its fantastic special defense, and Hyper Voice does incredible damage to it. Now, if you don't know, when Ditto transforms to a Pokemon, it copies all of its stats except for HP. So this Meloetta they were using, really good special attacker, almost definitely would have taken out Drifblim with a Thunder. And yeah, that second Hyper Voice is good enough to take out Gliscor. That's a really annoying Pokemon to deal with. I don't have my Glaceon in the lineup, so I run a Glaceon as well. You'll see it eventually. And out comes the Torkoal. Now, I was very confused when Torkoal came out because it also is not great against special attacks. And they know I'm locked into Hyper Voice. So I go for Hyper Voice, and I'm hoping it'll knock Torkoal out, but Torkoal seems pretty bulky for Torkoal, at least special defensively. It goes for Rapid Spin, and then I realized that's why they sent Torkoal out. Now, truth be told, I've made this mistake before. I really think this was a waste of their Torkoal, although I don't know what was on the set, but with Drought, it could have done a fair bit of damage with Overheat or something. So they really want to get rid of Stealth Rocks, and yeah, I mean, we'll see if it was worth it or not. Now, they send out their Scrafty. It goes for Intimidate. I decide to go for the Hyper Voice rather than swap out here. I didn't want to get hit by Knockoff, which I knew was coming, and unsurprisingly, it goes for Knockoff. All my items are really important, so I was ready to sacrifice my Ditto. It already took out 2 Pokemon, and I was pretty okay with that. So there goes my Ditto, and I see this Scrafty has leftovers, so it's going to be a bulkier Scrafty set. And I swap into my Sylveon. Now, this Sylveon set you've also seen before. It helped me take down that annoying Togekiss, but I use it much more quote-unquote standardly in this battle. And by standardly, I mean why I use this Togekiss. So I lock myself into Retaliate. I'm Choice Banded with Retaliate, Iron Tail, Secret Power, and Heal Bell. I might switch that out now in Sun and Moon, but I went for Secret Power, Retaliate, excuse me, and that just destroys Meloetta. Now, they swap into Electrode, and I decide to switch out. Don't want to risk losing my Sylveon, and I swap into Drifblim, basically because I didn't want anything to take any damage, and I really didn't have anything else I wanted to sacrifice at this point. So I knew Drifblim would probably get taken out. Maybe it wouldn't. It goes for Volt Switch, so I was kind of hopeful, but it does take me out, and probably one of the biggest reasons why is that it is a Life Orb Electrode. Maybe it could be a physical set with Explosion. I've seen that before, but probably a Life Orb set makes the most sense. And they go into Sceptile. Now, I decide that Pyroar is my best bet, although this could be Mega Sceptile. This Pyroar set I've also used before, but I didn't really get to show it off to its fullest potential. Sceptile goes for Focus Blast, and once again, they miss with a 70% accuracy move, so really bad luck for them in this battle. I go for Flame Charge, and it almost takes out the Sceptile in one hit. My speed rises, and I lose some HP to Life Orb. I go for the Flame Charge once again, and this time I'm not facing a Pokemon with Mummy, so I actually will get the Moxie boost, which is great, and 2 speed boosts. So I actually will outspeed most Pokemon on this person's team, maybe even Electrode, and having a +1 in attack is pretty good. So I've lost a bit of HP, but that's alright. I'm hoping to sweep through the rest of the team and, call it a day. Or call it a night, really. So I go for return, and I'm thinking, whoa, this Electrode is bulky. That did like nothing. But silly me, I forgot that when you swap Pokemon from Generation 6 to 7, or should I say migrate them, all your friendship values are reset. So return was at like its standard value instead of like max friendship. I have fixed that since, but yeah, that was really unlucky on my part. So they got a pretty big break there, because that definitely would have taken out the Electrode normally. Electrode's not very bulky. So I decided to be smart here. I have my Protein Frogadier. Why? Because I love Protein, but I don't like Greninja. So Frogadier uses Quick Attack, which transforms me into normal Pokemon. I was thinking they go for Volt Switch, and I was pretty sure that Electrode isn't that powerful. I would probably live it, and look at that. I was right. I mean, barely. I think maybe I got a little lucky with the damage range, but I do live on very low health, and they go back into their Scrafty. Now, although they've set up a light screen the turn before, I decided that my best opportunity here was to go for Surf. Everything I use is Stab, but Surf is like, the most predictable move. You might be asking, why Surf over Scald? Well, Frogadier doesn't have great special attack. I mean, with Light Screen and this Scrafty's obvious bulk, it does like nothing. It's pretty much recovered all that Surf from one Lefties, and it goes for Fake Out and takes out my Frogadier. Frogadier actually has a Focus Sash, and I didn't really get to exploit that here, but luckily that Protein Quick Attack really worked. I actually want to breed a new Frogadier. This is Timid Nature. I actually should pick like the defense lowering nature, truth be told, but that's for another battle. Anyway, I bring back in Sylveon. They definitely saw this coming and withdraw their Slim Shady, and they send out their Electrode once again. Now, Electrode's on very low health, and I thought it could have Aftermath, but Retaliate was my best bet because it does quadruple damage to Scrafty, and yeah, Electrode did have Aftermath, so that's going to really hurt Sylveon. And now I'm a little concerned because Sylveon doesn't have great speed, and I'm not sure what this Scrafty has. And I know it's going to go for Fake Out. It's already shown it has that. Plus it has Intimidate, although I'm still convinced with Choice Band Retaliate, even with just the 70 base power, I'm going to take it out. So it does go for Fake Out. I'm at about 60-something health. It gets a little bit of Lefty's recovery, and now I'm just really hoping I outspeed, because if I don't know how this battle is going to go. My Kadabra is my last Pokemon, and it actually cannot touch a Dark Pokemon, so this really was the deciding play, and I get the KO. So, unfortunately, I did not get to show off my Kadabra, although you've seen it in another video, but this was a really great battle all in all. I've pretty much gone over all my sets. The only one you didn't really get to see in the battle is Kadabra, and don't worry, you'll see it in other battle videos. I have plenty more from Oris, so I'll try and get as many as I can on Sun and Moon, and I'll also try and have some battle videos against you guys. People have recommended that. I think that's a great idea, and I'll probably post a video on that shortly. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle video. Sorry it wasn't necessarily as crazy as some of my other ones, but I think it was a fun battle anyway. Take care, guys.